Told you I'll make a movie someday. Alright, guys. The moment everybody has been waiting for, okay? Before we get started, I'm going to have a live stream later on around 11:30, no later than midnight, Central Standard Time. I'm going to do a live stream of Scream 5, Scream 2022. It's technically Scream 5. Come on, people. And I'm going to go dive deep into those spoilers. So if you want to be a part of that live stream and ask some, do some Q&As, ask some questions, be a part of the conversation, be there. Subscribe to Destination Station, like this video. Helps this channel out a lot. Thank you for everybody that come by and checks out my videos. If you have been here for a while, if you've been a member, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you know that Scream is like my all-time favorite horror movie franchise. And this movie, I just got out the movie. Went to a 7:15 showing. It technically comes out tomorrow. I know a lot of people's already got their reviews out and everything. I'm not going to have any spoilers at the beginning of this video. I will in the second half. I will give you a notification of when I will do that. I won't just throw it on you. So the first part of this video is going to be non-spoiler reviews, and the second half will be spoilers. So yeah, let's get into it. They should have called this Scream Ghostface Awakens. Let's do this. Alright, what's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Thank you for clicking on this video. Like I said already in this intro, yeah, the reason why I say it's like Ghostface Awakens is they do a lot of tropes and a lot of callbacks to other trilogies and other franchises like Star Wars, The Force Awakens and stuff like that. And that's what this is. This is pretty much a requel. This is like a redo sequel, reboot sequel. That's why they're just calling it Scream 2022. There's the meta stuff is kind of a sits back a little bit. It's kind of more on the tone of the first film, Scream 1996, as far as the humor and all that kind of goes. It's not all the humor is like really forced like in Scream 4 or Scream 3. I'm still conflicted with this movie and I want to talk about it so bad. So I want to dive deep into my live stream later on. So yeah, stick around for that. But right now, let's talk. The first half of this is going to be a non-spoiler review. And I want to talk about the OG3 starting off the bat, okay? They're not the main focus of this movie. They're kind of... I've seen some people say that they feel like Dewey, Gale, and Sydney is shoehorned in here. Not the case. No, they're not. It feels pretty organic, especially with Dewey's character. He gets the most screen time in this movie. And his development, he has an arc. And he's had an arc all the way through these movies, But this movie, I'm telling you right now, you are not ready. You're not ready. I have made some other videos in the past of my predictions and theories and stuff like that. And some of them I was wrong, but some of them I was dead on right. But Ghostface in this one is vicious. You got Gail. She's now the host of a morning show. Her and Dewey are divorced. Sydney is living away from Woodsboro. I would go into spoilers with all these characters. I'm not going to tell you anything that's not already in the trailer. But we are now following a new cast. We're trying to get invested in them. So the O3G kind of take a back seat, and we're kind of thrown with these new characters and trying to figure out the mystery around mainly the Carpenter sisters, which is Sam Carpenter and Tara Carpenter. And the way it all unfolds is really good. Even the look of the movie doesn't have that Scream 4 sparkly CW-esque type feel to it. This is back to the roots. It feels like it was filmed in the 90s almost. Like not that the resolution or anything like that or the camera looks bad. It's just it gives you that feel, just the way it was shot. And I really think Radio Silence did an amazing job with this, and I think Wes would really be proud. And it's a good thing that Kevin Williamson helped out on this. He was an executive producer, so he kind of overseen some of it. So who knows where he was like, hey, I think you should change this. I think you should change that. Because I do feel like there is some good script writing in here. The movie's not perfect. I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie. I do like this. I'm still going back and forth of where I rank this one. But for now, as far as walking out of the movie, I don't know if I'm on that high, you know, whenever you get out of like an exciting movie and you're just like, man, that was the best one. Or do I need to let it marinate a little bit before I actually do my ranking? So that's what I'm going to do. But if you do ask me right now, I would say this is the second best. Scream 1996 is still by far one of my favorite. It is my favorite horror movie film of all time. That's a love letter horror movie for horror fans, and it spoke to me at a very young age when I saw it in theaters, and I've been hooked ever since. Can't say the same about all the sequels. I do like all of them. I've been a fan of this franchise since the beginning, seen them all in theaters, but before this one, I did like them in the exact same order. I like Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, then Scream 4. I know a lot of people hold 4 near and dear to their heart, and they say that's the best one since the original. I don't share that same love. You know, if you're subscribed to my channel, you know that. But this one right here, I would have to say, takes the tone a little bit more serious. It takes its time at the beginning. You know, after our first opening act, and we get the title card, you know, it's a very dark, sinister, thrilling, like building tension, almost on the when I guess taking itself very seriously. And it's funny when it needs to be funny, and it's serious when it needs to be serious. And that's what I loved about this one, because Ghostface is brutal. He's vicious. He's out for blood in this one. And this one is like, you know how at the beginning of Scream 4, whenever, you know, you get the title card and you get that quirky music, and then you get that, you know, it just set the tone for that movie, right? Well, this one is just like, it feels like, wow, this is back to form. So I applaud Radio Silence. Like, they did a fantastic job. I think they were the right people for this. I hope this movie is financially successful, because I want to see more of these movies. I want to see this new trilogy. They said they got ideas for a sequel, so let's see where this will go. I want to see this expanded. But as far as as the Carpenter sisters, I think they're going to be really good leads going forward. This is pretty much, you know, and this isn't anything new. I'm not giving away any spoilers yet, but this is pretty much a passing of the torch. So don't expect the main O3G, Dewey, Gale, and Sidney, being the main focus of this movie. They are in it. They do have their moments, but this is not their story. This is not their movie. And Ghostface even tells them that. So just know that going in, and expect a new story, you know, similar to like the Scream TV series or something like that. Like don't focus on Sydney's old story and her mother and all that kind of stuff. This branches into something new. This touches new grounds and new territory, and I love it. I honestly, I'm seeing this movie again. I think Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that, because I saw an early screening of it tonight, and I'm still letting it process, guys. So bear with me with this review. If you don't want to know anything, it's kind of hard to talk about anything in this movie without giving away spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything, click off of this video, but hit that like button before you leave. I really appreciate that. And come back after you've seen the movie and join the live stream. I'm gonna have a spoiler talk live stream here in just a little bit, and dive deep into it and have a good Q&A and good conversation. But I gotta talk about spoilers before I can really talk about this movie. I mean, pretty much everything that I've already told you and what you see in the trailer, there is a lot of misleading stuff, but the stuff that I'm about to talk about is gonna be what we all have questions for. So I'm gonna answer those tonight as well. So all right, let's dive into it. I'm gonna put something up here right now. Spoilers ahead. If you want me to rate this movie, I would say it's a 8.5. It's a solid 8.5. I want to say it was like a 9 or a 10. You know, everybody, if it's your favorite movie, you know, you want to say it's a 10. It's your favorite franchise. No, it's an 8.5. It's solid. It's very solid. I don't know if that's going to change over time. That's why I need to see this movie again on Saturday, because I'm pretty sure there's things that I missed in it. I did have some loud audience members in my theater that kind of took me out of the experience a couple times, kind of pissed me off. But anyways, spoilers now, putting it up on the screen here. So if you don't want to know anything, you know, get the hell out of here. So all right, so we open the movie up with Tara, right? Tara is the opening act, Tara Carpenter, and this is Sam Carpenter's little sister. You don't know that yet. And it's what we've seen in the trailer. And there's this brutal attack, and you know, they're doing this movie trivia, and she's more about artsy type cinema, kind of like the Babadook, and she's not very big on the popcorn stab slasher type genres. She doesn't really know much about them, even though that she lives in the town of Woodsboro, so Ghostface is messing with her. And this was a really solid scene for Roger L. Jackson and his voice work, because the way he transitions from that innocent person on the phone to going menacing, similar that he did with Casey Becker, Drew Barrymore's character in the first film, similar to that right there, and it kicks off like a very serious tone, and we get the title card, you know. But in this one, Tara's not killed; she's left for dead, or not even left for dead. It's kind of like she's like baked to bring Sam Carpenter back, her sister. This is more about Sam than it is about Tara, but it's about the relationship too. It's like, you know, Sam's been gone for 5 years. She's working at this like bowling alley, and she's got a new boyfriend that she's been with for 6 months named Richie, which is Jack Quaid's character from The Boys. And Jack Quaid is awesome. Let's talk about Jack Quaid for a second. Jack Quaid has some great lines in this. He was a great addition to this. He was kind of like the guy that was not a part, not related to anything, that he's just the tag along to help out with Sam Carpenter and be her protector, pretty much. But you do see that Sam Carpenter is struggling with some mental illness. She's taking pills. You think, you know, you don't know really what's going on, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, it's already been in the trailer that she does see visions, right? She sees visions. She thinks she sees Ghostface. She hears voices and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, Sam Carpenter is Billy Loomis's daughter. All right, and she actually doesn't just. It's not just his daughter. She sees him, and they've de-aged Skeet Ulrich, and he's got like a white tee and blood stains on him, similar to his look at the end of Scream 1996. But they de-aged his face. I'm not going to say that wasn't the best de-aging. That kind of took me out. Keep seeing his face, because we see him like maybe 3-4 times throughout the movie, in mirrors or in visions or in a dream, you know, and you don't know what's real and what's fake. That's what I was thinking. I was like, where are they going to go with this character here? But you know, okay, so she goes back to Woodsboro. Sam and Richie tags along, goes back to Woodsboro to visit Tara in the hospital. That's where she meets all of Tara's friends, and come to find out that one of the friends, I know a lot of people have speculated that it was Liv that lived in the Stu Macher house, but it's actually Tara's girlfriend, Amber. She's the one that actually resides in the Stu Macher house. So I thought it was Liv McKenzie, but and I know a lot of us did as well, but no, it's actually Amber. And Sam is trying to figure this out, and Richie wants to help her, so they go and they seek out Dewey, who lives now in a trailer park. And he watches a Gail Weathers show every morning. He's always reminiscing about her, about how he misses her. It's very touching. It's sad in moments, because you see the pain in Dewey's eyes and what he's gone through. This isn't your goofy Dewey. This is not him in Scream 1, 2, or 3. You know, he got a little bit more serious in 4, but this one, he's full on serious. He's a broken man. And he even mentions he's even hesitant to help out Sam and Richie because he has severed nerves. He said he's been stabbed 9 times. So he really doesn't want to help. But then, you know, Judy Hicks now from the 4th film, she is the sheriff of the town. And she has a son named Wes Hicks, which is Dylan Minnette from 13 Reasons Why. and he's one of the friends. He's part of the friend group of Tara's. So, but Dewey gives the advice to Sam and Richie that look in your friend and your sister's friend group. The killer's probably in that group there, or it's your love interest. And he kind of like, pretty much is pointing the finger at Richie, and Richie's kind of like, what, like it was kind of a cool moment. Then so Dewey pretty much does what Laurie Strode does in Halloween 2018 with the podcasters. It's like, all right, your time's up, get the hell out. It kind of has that kind of moment, and shuts the door on them. And then so they're going to seek out somebody else. They pull up to a house and you don't know who it is, and then you see Dewey pull up and you hear that famous Dewey music, don 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 don. Don't. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but there's also Red Right Hand in this movie too, which awesome, perfect. It's like in 2 scenes, and I was like, wow, hell yeah. Radio Silence knows what they're doing here. Scream 4 was missing all that stuff. So the house that they pull up to is actually Martha Meeks, Randy Meeks' sister, and this is where all the friends are. This is where they gather everybody together and they talk about the rules of a requel. Mindy Meeks and Chad Meeks is there. And they're the twins, but Mindy has all the knowledge to all the horror movies and is talking about how, like, you have to go back to the original. You have to make the sequel go back and connect with the original. So I have to say, Jasmine Savy Brown, I believe that's her name. Fantastic. She's our new Randy. Love it. She's great. She's also in that new show Yellow Jackets on Showtime. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Really cool show. And so, like, Tara is still in the hospital, but then Tara ends up getting, well, let me back up for a second. Judy Hicks, we all know that she was kind of goofy in Scream 4. Well, not in this one. She's more serious in this one, just like Dewey. And there's a scene where Dylan Minnette, Wes's character, is at the house and Judy Hicks is leaving, and then she gets a call from Ghostface, and Ghostface goes there with I'm gonna kill your son. Pretty much, I'm at your house right now. So Judy Hicks rushes home. Pretty much gets killed in broad daylight right in front of her house, and then soon after that Wes Hicks gets killed too. And I was like, really? Like, what was the point of calling him Wes to honor Wes Craven just to kill him off like that? I thought they had bigger ideas for Dylan Minnette's character for sure. But why did they even give her a son if they were just going to kill the mother and the son like that? So yeah, but they did it. They made some bold choices. Part of the misdirect, I guess. So yeah. Then let's jump ahead a little bit. I want to save some stuff for y'all for the live stream and for the movie whenever y'all get to see it. But there's a scene that we all see in the trailer where Dewey has that big showdown with Ghostface in the hospital. It's right there behind me on that screen. And yeah, it's going to keep you on the edge of your seat. Tara is about to get attacked. Sam realizes that the cop that was watching over Tara in her room at the hospital is actually at the crime scene for Judy Hicks. So she's like, who's watching my sister? So she jumps in the car. Dewey and Gail just had this really touching moment because they just reconnected on this crime scene, and it's emotional. Like, they both tear up. It's a really good scene. But Dewey leaves to go help Sam go help, because she's already agreed to help out to try to figure out who this is. So he goes with Sam. They get there in the nick of time to help out Tara. There's this big showdown with Dewey and Ghostface, and the big struggle. And then Dewey gets them on the elevator. Richie, Tara, and Sam get on the elevator, and Dewey holds the elevator door because he's done shot Ghostface a few times, and they're like, what are you doing? He's like, you got to shoot him in the head. And they're like, no. He's like, y'all go. So he turns around, he's reloading his gun and everything, and right before he's about to shoot Ghostface in the head, his phone rings. He looks down, Ghostface stands up, stabs him right in the stomach, stabs him in the back, pulls up, pulling the knives up, like pretty much gutting him, and then pulling it out, and that's where you hear, "It's an honor." You know, that's where Ghostface says, "It's an honor," that we hear in the trailer. Dewey lands on his knees, and Ghostface just like kicks him down. Boom. Dewey is dead. Dewdrop just dropped. So yeah, I was like, my jaw was on the floor. I had a feeling they were going to do it, but I thought that was part of the misdirect as well, and I thought maybe Gale would bite the dust, or maybe Sidney was, because Dewey's always marketed as he's about to die in these movies. And but no, they went there. They actually killed Dewey. And it was, and also what I realized this, did anybody else realize this? I don't know if y'all played Call of Duty Warzone or anything like that, but they came out with a Ghostface skin, and there was a finishing move for Ghostface in the game. And the finishing move that Ghostface does in Call of Duty Warzone is stabbing in the stomach, stabbing in the back, picking them up, and then they land on their knees, and then Ghostface kicks them right there. And I was like, that's the fucking that's the finishing move in Call of Duty Warzone. So that was kind of crazy that they did that. I don't know if anybody else is going to pick up on that, but yeah, they did that. And then you come to find out that, you know, like Sam is still seeing visions of Billy Loomis, which is her dad, and you're kind of thinking she's crazy. It's kind of a little bit of hereditary thing going on. They get to the Stu Macher house because they're like, we're going to get out of Woodsboro. But Tara realizes she doesn't have her inhaler, so she has to go to Amber, which is her friend, to get her inhaler at her house. And Amber resides in the Stu Macher house. So they get there. Amber says everybody's got to get out, you know, and all this kind of stuff. To me, it was kind of obvious who the killers were. I have done a video of what would Randy do, and I break down process elimination from the trailers, the trailer breakdown of who I think the killers are, and I did, like, you know, a Guess Who edition, a Guess Who Scream edition, and I was right. If you've seen that video, I was right. Go back, it's a theory video I made. We come to find out, you know, I'm just gonna say it, you come to find out that yes, Amber and Richie are Ghostface. It's kind of obvious, at least Amber is, in my opinion. There's other scenes, I don't know if it's going to be as obvious to y'all, but when the reveal happens and you hear the motivations behind it, I was kind of let down with the motivations, but I still liked where the movie was at. Like, we were having fun. You see that Sidney and Gale see where Sam and Tara are at, so they go to the Stu Macher house and they try to help out. There's this whole showdown scene similar to Scream 1996. Their motives are that, you know, like fandom toxicity, and, you know, they don't take the fans seriously, like the love for movies, like it's a little too on the nose a little bit, and I wanted more from a motive standpoint, not just being fans. It was similar to the other movies a little bit. It was kind of like Mickey mixed with Charlie a little bit, you know what I mean, like from Scream 2 and Scream 4. And I just wanted one more. I wanted a third killer. I wanted a mastermind. But if there's going to be a mastermind behind this one, then maybe that can be in the sequel if this one's financially successful and we can get one. But this does get brutal. It does have some really crazy moments. Gale has her moment because it comes to find out that Amber was actually the one that killed Dewey. That's Amber right there in that Ghostface at the hospital, and she even mentions about how she kills Dewey. So there's a part where they get like hand sanitizer all over Amber in that kitchen, and the gas stove comes on, and Sidney gives the gun to Gale and says, you know, you do it, and Gale just fires, you know, 3-4 rounds into her, and she lands on that stove, catches fire. That's the thing that we see in the trailer, is her caught on fire and flipping out in the kitchen. It wasn't the flamethrower. There is a part with the flamethrower that was part of a stab or something online that was like really stupid. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be part of a stab movie or some type of fan fan film online or whatever. But yeah, that was totally misdirect too. Ghostface isn't really, wielding a damn flamethrower in this movie. So that happens. There's a big showdown with Richie. There is a little bit of a directing part in this that I wasn't crazy about, because there's a scene where Sam and Richie are fighting, and Richie's kind of a bitch. Once he becomes revealed, he's kind of a sissy. I didn't like that. I wanted him to be a little bit more menacing. Great character. He had great lines throughout the movie. He was kind of the comedy relief a little bit. But when he became the actual killer and you found out his motivations, he was kind of a bitch. And but he gets fucked up. Sam fucks him up. So there's like this whole struggle in the entryway of the Stu Macher house, and Amber's already gotten burned up, right? But you got Gail and Nev in there. I was thinking the whole time, what are they doing in there? Do they not hear this whole struggle at the entryway of this house? Like, wouldn't they come in immediately and help out? And they don't. But Sam sees a reflection of Billy Loomis again, and she goes crazy on Richie, and she just starts stabbing the shit out of him. Stabbing him. I mean, Richie gets messed up, and it shows that Sam's a little psycho too. It's kind of hereditary here. It's kind of crazy that they kind of used Billy in that way. And they do mention Billy Loomis and Stu Macher in this movie a lot. So I was expecting some kind of tie-in with Stu Macher. I was hoping for that. But the thing is about the house is just that Amber's parents bought the house, and she's a stab fanatic. And that's it. I was wondering where everybody's parents were in this movie. But, that's the thing in the first Scream. Where's all the damn parents besides Sidney Prescott's dad, I was trying to think that. I was like, well, where's Sam and Tara's mom? I don't know if I missed it or what. I know Sam's dad left, because of finding out that that Sam wasn't really his kid. But where was the mother? Why wasn't she contacted when Tara was in the hospital? Did I miss that? I did get up to go to the restroom one time, so I could have missed some dialogue. But where was Amber's parents too? I was hoping, I was like, man, any minute Stu Macher is about to walk out from behind and being like, hey, little sis, or hey, daughter, or something. If Amber was actually his daughter, that would have taken it to the next level. They could still do that. They might still have, some aces up their sleeve for the sequels. So I hope we see something like that if we get a mastermind. But I really wish there was 3 killers in this one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so the one thing that I forgot to talk about is the father of Sydney's kids and who she's married to. And it's none other than Mark Kincaid from Scream 3, Detective Kincaid. And they mention him a couple times in the movie, and that was a nice touch. They tried to get Patrick Dempsey back for this sequel, but he couldn't because of scheduling conflicts. Hopefully he comes back in the sequels. I don't see how he would really let Sydney come back to this. I don't see how any husband would let that happen, especially with what they experienced in Scream 3. But that's really cool touch that, they're married and that's their kids and everything. So yeah, I hope they expand on that more and they can get them back for a sequel. So yeah, almost forgot about that. Just wanted to put that in here real quick. There is a lot more. You don't need to know every single thing. I will touch on everything from beginning to end in the live stream that I'm going to be doing here. It's 11:09. I'll be doing that in about 45 minutes. So hopefully you'll be a part of that. And we'll deep dive into that, guys. So yeah, this is I hope you liked it. If you haven't seen the movie, let me know what you think about it. Come back and watch this review. Leave a comment down below. Like this video. Subscribe to Destination Station for all things Scream. I've been covering Scream all week. It's Scream Week. I've been live streaming all the movies all week and doing theory videos for a while now. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're kind of passing the torch. So you got Sam Carpenter, Tara Carpenter, Mindy Meeks that survives. Everyone else pretty much dies. There is a question mark that, let me know in the comment section below, that I was kind of confused of. Mindy Meeks comes out and does the thumbs up, similar to what Dewey does in Scream 1 and Scream 2 out on the stretcher. But there's somebody in that ambulance that's got bandages all over them that I didn't know who that was. Was that Chad Meeks? Did he survive? did her brother survive, or was that Amber? Because Amber got burnt up and shot and everything. So I was like, who? I don't know. I need to see the movie again. Like I said, there was a lot of ruckus going on in the theater. So I was distracted. It took me out of the movie for a few times. And so, yeah. Anyways, so there's got to be somebody else that survived. So maybe both the twins survived. I don't know. But their mom is Martha Meeks, and you do see that in the movie. So, yeah. This has been Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video and get it out there for you guys. And I'll see you guys on the live stream or on the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. It's a screen, baby.
Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.